Why most people will work 10 years longer than they need to. You're probably going to work longer than you need to, not because you don't earn enough, not because the economy is stacked against you, but because of what you're doing with just $25 every week. $25, that's a couple of coffees, one takeout meal, or another streaming subscription you barely use. Most people spend that money without a second thought. But over 30 years, that same $25 invested consistently could grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars and potentially generate thousands of dollars a month in passive income, depending on market performance. Today, I'll show you the math, why most people never stick with it, and the simple investing strategy that quietly builds wealth while most people are focused on their next paycheck. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. Most people believe they'll become financially secure simply by earning more. The problem? Your paycheck is playing a game it almost never wins. Over long periods, wages have generally increased around 3 to 4% per year. Sounds reasonable, until you remember inflation. Housing gets more expensive, groceries cost more, insurance premiums climb, healthcare keeps getting pricier. Even when your salary increases, your purchasing power often barely changes. You feel like you're moving forward, but you're really running on a treadmill. This is why millions of hardworking people reach their 50s and 60s wondering why they still aren't financially free. Now compare that to the stock market. Historically, diversified stock investments have produced roughly 10% annual returns over long periods, although future returns are never guaranteed. Think about everything markets have survived: wars, financial crises, recessions, pandemics, political turmoil. Despite all of it, the long-term trend has continued upward. That's the difference. Your paycheck grows slowly. Your investments have the potential to grow much faster. Eventually, your money begins working harder than you do. Here's where almost everyone quits. Imagine investing just $25 every week. At first, nothing exciting happens. After a year, you've invested about $1,300. Your balance doesn't look life-changing. You start wondering, is this really worth it? That's exactly how compounding works. It feels invisible until suddenly it isn't. Each year, your investments begin earning returns. Then, those returns begin earning returns. Then, those returns earn returns on themselves. The growth starts slowly, then accelerates. Most investors don't fail because the math doesn't work. They fail because they quit before the math becomes obvious. Our brains expect immediate rewards. Work harder today, get paid today. Investing doesn't work that way. The biggest gains often happen years later. That's why successful investors measure something different. Instead of asking, how much did my portfolio make this week? They ask, did I invest this week? That single mindset shift removes emotion from the process and allows compounding to keep working in the background. Once you've committed to investing every week, the next question becomes, where should the money go? This is where many beginners make a costly mistake. They chase the hottest stock. They follow social media tips. They tried timing the market. History suggests a simpler approach often works better. Look for investments that provide broad diversification, low costs, exposure to hundreds or thousands of companies, a history of long-term growth, companies that consistently grow their dividends. Instead of trying to predict the next winner, you're buying the market itself. For investors using Fidelity, one diversified approach could include funds such as FZROX for broad U.S. market exposure, FSGGX for international diversification, dividend-focused funds for growing income over time, and growth-oriented funds for capital appreciation. The exact mix depends on your age, goals, and risk tolerance, but the principle stays the same. Own many great businesses, keep costs low, invest consistently. Now let's see what consistency can actually do. Invest $25 every week. That's about $1,300 each year. If your investments compound at approximately 10% annually over several decades, your portfolio could eventually grow into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. At around $600,000, even a modest dividend yield can potentially generate tens of thousands of dollars annually in passive income, while your investments continue to remain invested. Notice something. The magic wasn't investing thousands. The magic was giving compounding enough time to work. Most people think wealth comes from finding the perfect investment. In reality, it usually comes from consistency. The difference between retiring comfortably and working well into your 70s isn't one brilliant financial decision. It's thousands of small ones repeated every single week. The clock is already ticking. Every week you delay is one less week your money has to compound. Your future isn't determined by one big investment. It's built $25 at a time. If this video changed the way you think about investing, subscribe for more practical finance videos that help you build long-term wealth with simple, evidence-based strategies.